It has long been known that the BJP's IT cells have formed an online army designed not just to promote Narendra Modi, but to also attack and silence any critics or opposition. As India's election fast approaches, Modi's IT cells are now being blamed for inciting hatred and violence that is rapidly breaking apart Indian society. India has a long and grim history of sectarian clashes between the Hindu majority and its biggest minority faith of Islam. But analysts warn increasingly available modern technology is being used to deliberately exploit divisions. After his brother was murdered in anti-Muslim riots in Uttarakhand, Pervez Qureshi watched the videos he believes incited the killers, part of a wave of hatred being fermented on social media ahead of India's elections.
जो इस तरह से ये वीडियो जो आ रही हैं, ये गांधीनगर वाले जो भेज रहे हैं, ये तो भड़काव बयान हो गया ना, ये भड़काव। इससे तनाव बढ़ जा रहा है लोगों में। इनने यार ये नारे लगा रहे हैं, पब्लिक भड़क जाएगा, मुसलमान भड़के या हिंदू भाई भड़के, इससे तो और माहौल ख़राब हो रहा है ना। ये तो माहौल को समझाने की बजाय और हिंसा रहे हैं, लड़ाई के मुद्दा उठा रहे हैं, तो कि और हो लड़ाई है। लेकिन हम नहीं चाह रहे, हम तो ये चाह रहे हैं कि भाईचारे के रहे में सब चैन सुकून से रहे में।
Nearly 550 million more Indians have access to the internet than when Prime Minister Narendra Modi came to power a decade ago. And his Hindu nationalist Bharatiya Janata Party is widely expected to win a third term in elections that begin on April the 19th. Part of his popularity can be attributed to his party's online campaign team, staffed by thousands of Hindutva volunteers. Modi's use of social media is designed to manipulate nationalism and patriotism among the youth in every corner of the country. The youth leader of a BJP IT cell in Uttarakhand loves his work.
जिले से जो हमारा कंटेंट आता है, ये पोस्ट आती है, वो जिले प्रदेश के पदाधिकारियों के पास आती है, यूँ कहें कि प्रदेश संयोजक या सह संयोजकों के पास आती है। वो पहले वेरिफिकेशन करते हैं, अगर उसमें ऐसा कुछ हमें लगता है कि हाँ ये सेंसिटिव मामला है या कंटेंट है, तो हम जो भी हमारे वरिष्ठ पदाधिकारी हैं उनसे विचार विमर्श करके वो पोस्ट अपलोड कर दी जाती है। हाँ, ये कह सकते हैं कि जो भी कार्य धरातल रूप से किए जा रहे हैं या पार्टी कर रही है, नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार कर रही है, वह सोशल मीडिया पर एक माध्यम है उन्हें युवाओं तक पहुंचाने का या जनता तक पहुंचाने का। उस माध्यम का उपयोग सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से हम कर रहे हैं और कार्य जो हो रहा है वह धरातलीय रूप से हो रहा है।
Critics, however, accuse the BJP's sophisticated social media apparatus of fanning the flames of division and hatred. Haldwani community leader Islam Hussain said tensions were already high before February's violence, after months of incendiary social media posts calling Muslims outsiders. He reports that right-wing social media cells had a big role in creating an atmosphere of hatred against Muslims.
जो IT सेल थे या जो आपका सोशल मीडिया में इस तरह घृणास्पद स्तर तक रिपोर्टिंग की गई और पोस्टें डाली गई, मतलब आप देखिएगा कि उसके बाद लगातार ये माहौल हो गया कि इनका बायकॉट करना है। तो ये सब सारा का सारा सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से उसमें लगातार एक तरफा और घृणास्पद जो पोस्टें डाली गई इसका इस्तेमाल किया गया।
Clashes erupted after the authorities said a mosque had been built illegally and a Muslim group gathered to prevent its demolition. Some hurled stones at police officers who beat them back with batons and tear gas. Hindu residents gathered to cheer on the police clampdown, chanting religious slogans and throwing rocks at the crowd. Footage of the riots spread swiftly on social media. Egged on by online calls to mobilise, Hindu mobs then rampaged through the streets. "It's time to teach them a lesson," read the caption to one of dozens of inflammatory posts, many of which remain online. "The time has come to beat Muslims," read another. Qureshi said his brother Fahim was killed by Hindu neighbours after they first torched his car.
खतराव करते करते इन्होंने हमारी गाड़ियों में आग लगाना शुरू कर दी है। गाड़ियों में आग लगाते लगाते फिर इन्होंने हमारे घरों में भी आग लगाई है इन्होंने। फिर हमारा भाई जब आग बुझाने गया तो हमारे भाई को उन्होंने देखा, यहाँ पुलिया पर खड़ा हुआ है, यहाँ चौराहे पे, ये हमारे घर के नीचे, वहाँ उन्होंने आड़ देख की और उन्होंने मेरे सामने गोली मार के सीधा अंदर घुस गया। मेरी फैमिली ने भी देखा है।
Although Hindutva activists deny they are under instruction to stir up hatred, their critics disagree. Research group Hindutva Watch said that the BJP's IT cell had generated anger towards minorities by promoting the government's Hindu nationalist agenda. The group, who documents hate speech against religious minorities, said the social media messages spreading during the Haldwani violence followed a pattern seen in previous riots. First, hate speech against Muslims by a Hindu activist or politician creates an atmosphere. Then, the hate speech triggers an incident. Afterwards, online Hindu nationalist campaigners hold Muslims responsible for the violence. A pattern that has also been seen against all minorities in India. As India approaches its new general election that will likely see another term for Narendra Modi, the nation has never appeared so deeply divided. You've been watching Satellite TV News. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button to make sure you get to see stories as they're broadcast. And of course, if you have any comments or opinions on any of our news stories, you can comment below. Or why not drop us a direct message at message@satellitetv.com. We do like to hear from you. In the meantime, thanks for watching. For Satellite TV News, I'm Angus Scott in London.